Prepare to be transported from your classroom to the world of film. Today, Mr. Ola is lost in the desert.
I want to tell you about the time I almost died. I never thought it would happen to me, not at this age. Beaten, outsmarted, dehydrated. How did I get into this fix? How did it all begin? No. If I go back to the beginning, that'll take forever. So let's start somewhere more recent. Somewhere. Anywhere. Qatar. That morning, I set off to the sea line. I grabbed my trusty water bottle and goggles, in case there was a sandstorm. I climbed into my car and drove off. I left the city behind me and ended up in the desert. That was when my troubles began. After I got there, my car just shut down, for no reason whatsoever. Perhaps the car had overheated. I had listened to the engine and nothing. My phone's battery was completely drained. I decided that my only hope was to walk into the desert on foot. And hope that I could find help. That was the worst decision I made that day. As I walked, I started to feel dizzy. I dropped my bottle. Picking it up, I continued. Okay. Where are we going? Let's see where we're going. Okay. I started to feel dehydrated. I could barely open my eyes. I took a sip of my drink and continued. After hours of walking, I was exhausted. Still, I continued up into the dunes. I felt petrified. What would I do? Where would I find help? I felt suffocated. Mental anguish, despair, and a deep sense of hopelessness started to fill my mind. There was no chance I would be rescued. If I wanted to stay alive, I would need to save myself. I would need to be the source of my salvation. It felt like the temperature was about 100 degrees. As I climbed the dunes, my legs felt like they were being pulled down. Gravity had now become my enemy. Still, I continued. Still, I walked. Still, I pushed myself forward. My determination and sheer power drove me forwards. Then, when I was at breaking point, I saw something. Before I could make it out, I started to stumble. and 4. It was a car, no, a school bus, abandoned. I ran towards it, but it only had false hope. So, here I was, beaten, outsmarted, dehydrated, on my knees. It's a strange feeling when you know you're about to die. Oh, you forgot something. I told you at the start I was gonna tell you about the time I almost died. I pulled myself up and stumbled on to see what was behind the bus. A quad bike. I was completely out of energy, but I decided to try it. I turned around and rode off into the sunset. See you around.
Want to see more? Please subscribe. Aloud Videos.